Okay. Okay, summarize natin. So, if you really triangulate different surveys now, especially authoritative surveys established Pulse Asia, mukhang close to half of potential voters are rallying behind Bongbong Marcos. And around 40% or more than 30% are rallying behind Sara Duterte. So the unit team is now the front runner tandem to replace the current administration next year, right? So this is more looking like 2019, whereby those aligned to the administration are doing significantly better than others. At the same time, LENI Robredo is now firmly the second, best performing candidate, which is really a huge jump from where she was in the third quarter survey of Pulse Asia. Now, kung saan even top 5, nahihirapan si LENI. So, and if you look at second preference, mukhang Isko was the one who lost a lot, and Bongbong Marcos was able to gain at the expense of Isko. And if you look at second preference also numbers, it looks like LENI can push up her numbers to more than 30%. No? So this is interesting. This is an interesting development, because I think a lot of people were saying, sila LENI, they cannot get more than 20%, etc. But if you look at the second preference, there is still some room for that. The third thing I would want to say here is that the Sara effect is very clear. Interestingly, if you look at the geographic base of support, mas malakas pa yung support kay Bongbong Marcos sa solid South kaysa solid, Luzon, right? In the northern area. He's getting more than 60% of support in Mindanao, right? And I think the Sara effect is really a big factor there. Because Bongbong Marcos was not doing that well in Mindanao in previous surveys and previous elections, etc., compared to what he's performing now. And this is where really Sara effect comes in, no? Now, hindi pa tapos ang laban, things can change, and the second preference suggests that there's some flexibility that Bongbong Marcos can go between 30, 40, 50, and up to 60%. LENI can go up to 30% and plus. Isko, if he regains ground, he can go up to 30% and plus and make it a three-way race. But that's just one scenario. And whether it is as probable as it was looking a few weeks ago, we can debate about that. But yun ang nakikita natin race ngayon, na the unit team of Sara Duterte and Bongbong Marcos are really strengthening their position as the front-running tandem. And LENI Robredo has significantly pushed up her numbers from the third quarter of Pulse Asia and now is firmly at number 2. The gap is still big, but she still has room for improvement base dun sa mga second preference number na meron tayo. And in the case of Isko Moreno, of course, he's the number 1 second preference candidate, so he has the most room for improvement, and I would argue that he also had the most losses, potentially, to Bongbong Marcos during the past few weeks and months, as the race progressed. So yun yung mga general trend lines na nakita natin. If we take a snapshot of fourth quarter 2021 na, diba? 2021, the political landscape ngayon. But of course, the formal campaign is yet to start. We're more than a month removed from that. So tingnan natin kung anong mangyari dyan. So there, ito po yung aking humble take base sa mga numbers na nakita natin. And again, look at the pedigree of Pulse Asia, right? No surveys are perfect. All surveys have their limitations. Human beings are involved in this. But in the survey, after survey, in previous presidential race, nakita natin na Pulse Asia and SWS came very, very close.